Yes, the month of May has arrived since the end of 2024. They were telling us this is 1 year of alchemy. But above all, the month of May is the next month, strongest of all. We are at the climax of the entire year 2025. And somehow this month, the cards are put on the table. It is a month in which we can experience everything very intensely. From a positive place or from a negative place. And in this video, I want to tell you a very easy, very practical tip that can make a big difference. So well, I'll tell you a little more. Hello, how are you? I am Marsa Carbonell. I am a professional channeler, and every month I tell you in these videos what energies accompany us. Well, energies that come from the stars, energies that emanate from Mother Earth, energies that in some way accompany the human being, whether by social movements and movements that come from within, or karmatic movements, in short, somehow the destiny of humanity, and so on and so forth. And every month they give us, in some way, their summary, their support, their practical advice to navigate each moment and each scenario from the greatest use, not the greatest assertiveness, and above all, from the most pleasant, comfortable, and evolutionary scenario for each one of us. Each and one. Well, so we have the month of May here. Yes, since the end of 2024, they have been telling us this is 1 year of alchemy, 1 year of transmutation, 1 year of movement. But above all, the month of May. I don't know if you remember, we used to draw it there on that chart like a little sun. Well, the month of May is going to be something to talk about. At what level? Well, it seems that several beings of light are telling us that this month of May is coming to give complex movements. Complex at the level that they will be with multiple layers. Movements at the personal level, at the family level, at the level of ancestors. That is to say, it is not a question of this specific moment, but rather that things are going to be conspired in space-time that are going to surprise us throughout the month of May. At a systemic level, at a social level, not so much in your town as in your city, in your community, but also at a global and planetary level. Be careful with any processes that may be, because even on the geopolitical issue, I don't know the details. They haven't told me everything. They tell me the energies that accompany us and how we are going to translate it in some way. So they teach me that there are movements, not in one place, not in another at all. Absolutely everyone is fine, but as we said, it is 1 year of alchemy. Wait a minute, but alchemy wasn't a good thing. Indeed, alchemy is something divine, very good. And this month of May, the beings of light tell us, in reality, a portal opens, a strong door, well, which is a fantastic opportunity, which I am looking forward to taking advantage of course. It opens to us. The beings of light tell us in 3 phases. I will tell you about our entire energy system. First, there is a door that opens for us in the heart chakra, which will be like at the beginning of the month, the same from the 5th or from the 6th. I still don't notice this energy. Maybe you do. I personally don't notice other things yet. Then I'll tell you. But starting on day 5, day 6, our heart chakra expands there because there is a portal that opens a portal for human beings and for others, for other species and other beings that also live on Earth. But for human beings, that is what now also affects us from cycle 6. Then from the heart chakra, if we relax, if we allow this to happen, the process continues and the following chakras expand intensely. That is down and up. Well, if the heart chakra is in the middle, you know that it has a direct influence on the basal chakras that connect them with Mother Earth and the higher chakras that connect us with our most divine part. So well, this process is going to take place approximately until day 1520. I don't have the exact dates, but more or less so that you understand me. Then there is 1/3 phase. What will it be to leave? Well, from the 20th to the 26th. That last week is going to take place. It is not the last week of the month, but from approximately the 20th to the 26th in that week, there is going to be an opening that will go to chakras that you may not yet know, but it is the chakras that unites you and strongly links you to Mother Earth, 1 meter 2m opens. Well, here you already know that there are all those of all beliefs and all possible opinions. I don't fight with anyone being underneath, okay? I more or less visualize it 1.5 to 2 meter below ground level, that is below the level of the Earth's surface. It doesn't matter if you're on 1/5 floor or 1/6 floor. This chakra is always underground and links you to Mother Earth. And then we have another chakra that we could call the castle chakra, although I know that it also has other names, and it also opens a few meters above your crown chakra. This one connects you with your maximum divinity. We would come to say that it is a chakra that could connect you with your higher being. The voice of your soul is in the heart, so it's something very divine, very loud. I don't want to get too rigid if it means one thing or the other. But keep in mind that not only do we have 7 chakras, the 7 chakras are the most linked in some way to your current existence, to your current incarnation, but that there are 2 more chakras, and as you must read between the lines, a few more out there. But at the moment, 2 more chakras that link us. One strong with Mother Earth is located a few meters below, and another strong with ours, with the most divine part is not located 1.2 meters or even more above the chakra, with 1 or K. So we have there 3 phases that are throughout the month of May. First phase of the 5th, more or less between 567, the heart chakra opens to us. Second phase that approximately reaches the 15th or K. The rest of the chakras open to us. And the last one from approximately 20 to 26. Be careful that the dates may vary depending on the region in which you live, depending on how you are living, the social changes that are going to take place, or depending on how the family changes, or all the processes in general. But from approximately 20 to 26, these 2 chakras expand to us. It is 1 year of alchemy. It is 1 year where magic takes place. Or where we learn the language of magic, because magic always takes place. Or where we learn this language of magic more intuitively, more vividly, it awakens in us. And this is due to many things, and we have been preparing for this moment all this year and much of last year and the month of May. So how can it be that I am telling you that this is 1 year with a lot of movement, even twitching? In human society, how is it that I am telling you all that, and then I tell you that it is something as divine and as wonderful as our chakras expanding? Well, this is the energy that comes to us. The pure, virgin, primordial energy that comes to us is this opening. What happens when there is an opening that touches you, but you don't open it? Usually then, there is an inconsistency. It is an intrinsic inner incoherence that a large part of humanity will experience, because it will not understand what the body asks of it, what the soul asks of it, or it does not understand it, or does not listen to it, or does not attend to it. The motives? No one here is to judge. Of course, each one would have to go in the other's shoes to understand why or what for. You're not attending to that, but the point is that a large part of humanity, I'm not saying it's a specific percentage, but if they show me a large part of humanity, isn't it going to somehow measure up to this process? This process comes to many species on Earth, and many are going to live up to it, and it's going to be fantastic. But the human being, well, I think we're still a little clueless, both on a personal level, and if it is not on a personal level, then it is at the level that life and society sometimes consume our attention. There are constantly external stimuli that want our attention, and then sometimes we do not have time to pay attention to what is so important, which is the voice of our soul, introversion, and the signals that surround us and reach us. By the way, speaking of signs, last Friday we did a live with God, Artemis, who has no waste in understanding signs in much more depth. Well, I'll leave it there in case you're interested. Having said this, we then have that a large part of society is going to experience attention, a movement of internal incoherence. And of course, many things are going to move, because alchemy will be burning, moving. Which is shaken on a personal level. We have been told at a family level, at a systemic level, that it is a little the same. But well, let me give it a couple of nuances there, because I speak that it is as generational, not only the family with which it has a relationship,
but as more generational, even with those with whom you don't talk to. Well, it may be matters move, well, very old karmatics. Anyway, they are going to move us on a social level.
In your town, in your city, in your community, even on a planetary level. And there will be all these movements. We will have to give space to a place within alchemy, and since not everyone is going to be up to it, there will be twitching. If normally it seems that there are external stimuli that demand our attention, this month of May it seems that there will be even more external stimuli that are going to demand our attention. What about us? Do we have to be experiencing this opening, or what is the great advice that the beings of light give us so that we have understood this scenario a little? The great advice that beings of light and I give us is given again and again and again. And I have given other proposals, and they have told me no one, and this nature, and I repeat, nature. Contact with nature as much as possible, as feasible. Nature, 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 and nature brings us the great advantage of entering the present. Look, we're all one. This phrase has to resonate with you, and it is not just something theoretical, it is a reality. We are all one, and we are interconnected. Okay, we're all one on a human level, but we're also all one on a mammalian level. At the animal community level, at the ecosystem level, we are all one with the beings of light.
So now, during the month of May, what or with whom are you interested in being one? With the human community that will be somewhat dispersed, or with the community of ecosystems? And obviously the beings of the UN, who will bring you peace, clarity, and who will accompany you to this process of opening? I think the answer is obvious, taking into account that we have been told nature 3 or 4 times, right? Not to mention 15 and 16 times nature. Nature and nature, this may head as much as you can to nature. I also proposed, hey, maybe some blah blah breaths when beings of light, right? Hey, meditation, not lowering the revolutions, internal listening, such, and they told me, yes, Orca, this is also fantastic. That is, yes, of course. But nature, don't forget it. That is, it is the most top thing.
Right now, how can I bring nature into my life? Conscious walks through nature. Beach, mountains, in short, whatever you want. Lakes, seas, rivers, steppes. It doesn't matter if it is very leafy, few funds, ecosystem, an ecosystem that is in balance. On the one hand, you just can't go to the forest every day, or to the beach every day, or to a park or cave every day, because look for ways to bring nature to your home. I don't know, put a bouquet of flowers on little plants. I still don't know the best scenario because they end up withering quickly, right? So better as plants that live and that you can generate an ecosystem in your home. If you live with other people, birds, of course, you are generating an ecosystem. If you live with other animals and you are generating an ecosystem, put plants, put minerals, put stones, and you won. It's just that the stones are fantastic. Make an ecosystem in your house and generate that space. And of course, try to go to a forest, to a beach, to a river, as much as you can throughout the month of May. Excursions, become a hiker as much as you can, but give it space to enter a place that is balanced beforehand. Then create an ecosystem in your home, and of course, try to eat healthy foods. Have healthy habits, because you are an ecosystem within you. Well, there are bacteria. Well, there's a lot of life inside you. Each cell has its own consciousness. Organs and systems have their own purpose. You're a walking ecosystem. Try to take care of your own ecosystem, that is nature outside. Well elevated, nature within your house and nature within you. Nature, nature, and nature. This is what the beings of light tell us. So let's recap. We have a month that is the top month. If the year 2025 brought us an opportunity, it is this month. Now it is an opportunity that, if mismanaged, can be complex and tense. And since we have been preparing for this for some time, and there have been many people who have not listened to it for some time, personal, family, social processes come, which seem to be intense. Okay, how do we take it? We don't get into the drama. Life is going to demand attention from us in some way, because of course, if things happen in some way, it is easy for us to enter the loop.
The beings of light tell us, okay, attend to what you have to attend to. Respond to what you have to respond to. Inform yourself of what you have to inform yourself. But do not get into the drama. What do you have to do? Nature. We are all one, we said before. Okay, well, I am one with the ecosystem. I am one with the beings of light. I make an altar for them. I connect them. I vibrate with them. I ask them for accompaniment. I am one with all that. One with. And then what do? I breathe this good frequency into all of humanity. That is, we are all one. But let's be smart. About what? From which strings do I pull more? Do I pull more of one or the other? On this occasion, the smart thing is to pull the strings of humidity towards the ecosystems that are embodied and that are experiencing this process of opening of alchemy, just like us, and as they are experiencing it with us, since they catalyze a healthy and balanced opening for us. What about us? Then we relate to those people, we relate to everyone around us, and we inevitably give them that good frequency, right? So we're doing something very positive for ourselves and those around us. So this is the great advice of this month of May and this opening, because I have talked little about the opening itself, right? Have I talked about the movements here and beyond this, such as how to take this opening? What do you have to do?
How do you live it? Well, look, I think it's something so new that I don't know if I have a proper answer for everyone. It probably means something different, but I just want to tell you like this, with complete certainty, that your soul has the answer. So show yourself from intuition. Act through coherence with what moves inside you.
It is something that is going to happen naturally. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to look for anything. It is something that is going to reach you, and it is going to flood you in some way. I don't know how we are going to experience it. I want to experience it, and of course, in the live shows, I will tell you how I am experiencing it. I'm very excited to discover it. I'm also preparing for this, obviously, and I will really want us to share it, not all together,
and see where it takes us. I don't have a concrete answer, because I don't think there's a single way. Of course, the consequences will be that we can make a broader reading of magic, both that exists within us and the magic that surrounds us, as if we could be able to understand the threads of love that unite us to all things. That is, in the end, also a large part of the learning of alchemy. Anyway,
we'll see where this takes us. So, open up to intuition, of course. Open up to nature. I think I have already said it many times, but I think it is so important. It has been repeated to me so much that, of course, I find myself obliged to repeat it also, because it is important that it is true. Open up from here, and everything will be perfect. What are the movements doing? Don't get into the drama.
And above all, realize that this is an opportunity that can mark a before and after. Well, I wish you a great month of May. What are the proposals of Luz el Message for the month of May? That is, this video tries to give you those tips. In this case, this tip 1.
Right? May they all accompany us. But of course, your path specifically is something unique. So every month, those of you who are in the email I can send you, I have the ability to send you a message that is ritualized for each one of you. It's different, right? Then you receive that message that is ritualized for you, and that accompanies you to understand the month of May. How is it cooked for your particular case? What else? If you wish, you have the opportunity to download a guided invitation if you have not yet done so. To connect with the beings of light, with your spiritual guides. What a good time, right? To feel them close, to generate this unity that we were talking about. What else? Well, if you are the course to learn to channel, to go beyond a guided meditation and be able to discover different ways that exist to contact the beings of light with our spiritual guides who accompany us, and that's it. I will be informing you of how everything goes through the life. And we are going to have a little patience because this month of May coincides, and you see that coincidences do not exist. If you don't watch Dios de Artemisa's live broadcast, who told you that I am in Malaysia with the Coral Project, doing light activism work that we have been planning for more than 2 years. A work that culminates these last 2 years of work. These last power jobs we've done. Of liberation that we have made. So it is a very, very, very strong journey, and that I also really want to share more with you. Through it, the next direct that I'm going to do is going to be, we are also going to work on all these topics, so I hope you can come and I'll tell you a little more. Also about this pour that we are going to be working on from Mother Earth. So between the trip and the live, I am going to be telling you how I am experiencing it, and of course, I would love to know how you experience it. And together we all make community. And hey, we are unity, right? Well, we are going to generate a good unit. Come on, it goes like this. Together you will see how well we live it and how we accompany each other. And as tricks, ways, ideas arrive to open ourselves even more and expand ourselves even more to this energy. Well, that's it. If you think this video can help someone, please forward it to them, because that's a month that may come. I eat very loudly, and sometimes with 2 or 3 little tricks. In this case, with a little trick, Jolene, how good and what a difference it can make, right? And for me, this is it. For the moment, as I tell you, I will keep you up to date with everything. I will generate resources, ideas, to make it as fluid as possible, and I will be delivering them to you through direct mail or through mail. So that this month of May, if it has to be explosive, then let it be explosive, of alchemy, love, evolution, and very good things. A huge hug, everything, all my love, and we are in contact.